Greetings all, Fanny here for Scorpio's weekly oracle message. We are also using tarot now, love. The first two cards that came out for you are the Five of Pentacles reversed and the Eight of Pentacles upright. Typically, the Five of Pentacles is about someone suffering needlessly in the cold, where there is safety, where there is warmth. It coming out in reverse and being paired with the Eight of Pentacles, someone working on honing and perfecting their craft. What you do, make, create, your business, whatever it is protecting you from this left out in the cold kind of energy. It is able to provide for you and your family what you need it to. And that is a wonderful blessing to have right now in our economy, at least here in America, because so many people are struggling just to pay their bills or put food on their tables. We have justice in reverse. And I'm not going to make a political statement about anything on that. And Eight of Swords in reverse. So many reversals. And I don't see them as bad things. I mean, traditionally, Eight of Swords is someone who feels trapped in their own mind and their own thoughts, because swords go back to your thoughts and your mind space. It also is associated with the energy of air. But for this to be in reverse, it's like you're freeing yourself from the troubles that you were having in your mind. So someone could be going into therapy and working on healing. Working on healing this imbalance and this injustice that you felt like you had in your life. Because maybe growing up you were very much like the Five of Pentacles, where you did struggle and you worked very hard for the little that you had. And that has made you such an incredible person, because what you've poured your time and energy into in your own craft is able to take care of you and allow you to go through the healing that you need to do to remove delusion. Intention without surrender can be a fast path to delusion. Remember that. Intention without surrender can be a fast path to delusion. It's sort of akin to in your spiritual journey of saying, like, I want to heal from this anger, I want to heal from this hurt, but not doing the meditation or the journaling or really processing it. Just saying that you want to heal from it without going through the work to process it. And I understand how difficult that is. That it is very much like this, where you feel trapped in that painful memory. But you would be doing yourself an injustice by just focusing on, oh, maybe you're so focused on your work and everything that you're doing that you're ignoring everything else around you. Maybe that's why everything's in reverse. That makes a little more sense. Interesting. Okay, with that new turn on the reading, Spirit, what else does the Divine Abundance deck have to say? Thank you. Love. Divine Source is the idea that no one person, place, or thing is your salvation. Only love itself. Love is the highest form of energy. And I think that goes back to, like, what was your situation growing up? Because so many people overlook how much that affects us in our adult life. How much that disrupts our grounding and our foundation. Many of the most evolved beings on earth are regular folks living with joy, dignity, and courage. For a lot of us, coming into adulthood is about healing from childhood. And that's where faith is tested. Miraculously, amazingly, everything I need always comes to me. Love is opening me to receive anything beyond I imagine. Exactly. Once you open yourself to love, and love is spirit, love is source energy, once you open yourself to them, You give to them the delusions that you were hanging on to, the fears, the thoughts, everything. You give that to them. They can give you everything that you were waiting on, everything that you needed, because you're having that connection between them, you and your higher self. We live in the realm of free will, my dear, and we have to allow ourselves this connection. We have to consciously make this journey. Be strong and courageous, my love. This too shall pass. There is quite an adventure for you to see. Maybe something, a trip that you're going to go on. One that's very lucky and abundant, because we have a golden 4-leaf clover. One where the worries and nightmares of your past are not haunting you. Things are in motion, Scorpio. You have to be open to that change. You have to be open to that healing. Otherwise, you're going to stay in that delusion. Otherwise, you're going to stay in that situation where you're repeating the same mistakes over and over and over again. Going out with the same kind of people, ending up in the same bad relationships, ending up in the same toxic jobs. Doing the same thing that you've always done will get you what you've always got. It's called a generational curse, especially if it has carried on from your parents and your parents' parents. Like if your parents didn't have a good relationship because their parents didn't have a good relationship. This would be your job, your opportunity to break that cycle. So if you choose to, when you have kids, they will see parents that genuinely love each other and them, and be brought up in a house that is genuine love. And they won't have so much to heal from. They won't have so much hurt going on in their life. And more healed people create more healed people, and those create more powerful light workers, people to go out there and spread their beautiful uniqueness without fear of rejection, without fear of people hating them, because they never knew that kind of hate. If they were growing up in a house with love, with support, care, and compassion, there's very little that would stop them, because they would have faith in themselves. They would believe in themselves. They would know that they have so much potential, that they would know to follow their curiosity and to have faith in themselves and in their connection. People brought up with that awareness, people brought up with that knowing, creates massive ripple effects in our world. If you don't believe me, look at the indigo children and the crystal children that are being born now. Children that way before their milestones are talking and walking and sense energy and angels. These aren't demons. They aren't overactive imaginations. These are light workers and energy beings aware of their gifts. It is 222 on my clock. Every person has these gifts. And the more they cleanse themselves of this doubt, this fear, this lack mentality that traps them in their mind, the more they allow their divine energy to flow, the more they allow their divine love to flow, the more powerful they become, the more their gifts can interact with their everyday life. And they can become everything that they were meant to be, without fear, without lack, without the need for validation from someone else. They have all that faith and trust in themselves. And carrying that on through their lives, they share that energy and become a beacon, an icon to other people to do that same thing themselves. And then we have people who have created whole industries on something that no one would have thought of before, because they did what no one would do, because they were supposed to be the ones to do it. And these people will be the ones that create this new world that we're moving into, that share with all of us their uniqueness, their amazingness that only they could do. A world where differences are celebrated, not crucified. That is a world worth fighting for. That is a world worth living for. And I hope that that is the world we are coming into, Scorpio. Have a beautiful day, my love.